Welcome back, everyone. This is day 1 of lesson 3-4, equations of lines. A lot of this should be review from 8th grade standards, so I'll just review this real quick. So the slope-intercept form of a line is the equation where y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is your y-intercept. So we'll go through some examples. I know you guys don't have this graph paper, but maybe you could sketch it out on your examples. And I'm going to be kind of moving around a lot in the notes because I wanted to make them shorter, assignments more specific. So today we're only going to be doing the problems that have to do with the slope-intercept form. So write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form where the slope is 6 and the y-intercept is equal to -3. So remember from our equation, y equals mx plus b, this right here is our slope and this is our y-intercept. So what we're going to do is just make sure we understand what those things are. So m is the slope and that is 6. And b is the y-intercept, and that's -3. So we just go ahead and y equals 6x minus 3. And has a slope of 6 over 1. So we rise 6, run 1. And that is enough to sketch in your line. Move on to the next one. Write an equation in slope-intercept of a line where the slope m equals -1. And b equals 4. So y equals -1x plus 4. Sometimes we just don't even write the -1 in there, we'll just write it like this. Here we go, another one. So in this case I'm given 2 lines. So if I'm given 2 points, 4, 9 and -2, 0, remember we go through the process of identifying x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, and then plugging it into our formula. So I'm going to do this real quick, press pause. Alright, you can check my work, I think it's correct. So I have the slope being 3 over 2, so I can write down so far what I have for my equation. And in this case I don't know what my y-intercept is. I'm only given some points. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in -2 where x is, and we're going to plug in 0 where y is, and then we're going to figure out what our y-intercept is based on that. So we get 0 is equal to 3 over 2 times 2 plus b. Well, when I do this, I'm going to get 0 is equal to 6 over 2 plus b. And what I'm going to get when I take 6 over 2 is just 3. And I'll subtract 3 from both sides. And I get that b is actually equal to -3. So that's enough information to write the equation then. Y equals 3 over 2 x minus 3. Write an equation in slope-intercept form containing the line containing -3, -7, and -1, 3. I'm going to pause, let you guys try this, and then we'll work through the example. Alright, well I worked that out and got 5, so let's write that into our equation here. And we don't know our b value, so we can pick either of these points. It doesn't matter which one we choose. I'm going to choose the second one. So I'm going to put 3 over here is equal to 5 times -1 plus b. So I would get 3 is equal to -5 plus b. Solve that for b. And I get b is equal to 8. So if b is equal to 8 and I have my slope as 5, I can write the equation. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Write an equation slope-intercept for the line containing 3, 2 and 6, 8. So I'd like you to press pause. I'm going to ask a question about this one and we'll come back together and solve it. Alright, hopefully you tried this one. I got y equals 2x minus 4. So I'll let you guys try this one as well. So here we have another one. This one's going to end up being kind of a little bit different, but let's go through this. So if my y value, if I go 2 minus minus 2 is equal to 0 minus 5, I'm going to end up with 2 plus 2 over 0 minus 5, which gives me 0 over negative 5, which gives me a slope of 0. So think about that as far as we've talked about skiing and whatnot. Slope of 0 is one of these kinds of lines. And if we write that into our equation, we would get 0x plus b. Alright, we'll follow the same rules as we did before. We'll put one of the line or points in there. So I'm going to choose the first one this time, times 5 plus b. So you'll notice here what's going to happen with that is just going to become 0, and you're going to get b is actually equal to negative 2. So remember, we write our equation y equals, and we got our b value being negative 2. So this is what our horizontal line equation will be. There's no slope. And then we'll work on the homework. So negative 2 minus 6 over 9 minus a minus 3 should give me a negative 8 over, so when I reduce that, I'm going to get negative 4 goes into both of them, so we get negative 2 over 3. Write the equation, y equals negative 2 over 3 x plus b. Now, it won't really matter which point we choose again here, but I'm going to choose this one. So let's see, being negative 2 is equal to negative 2 over 3 times 9 plus b. This is going to end up being negative 2 is equal to negative 18 over 3 plus b. Well, negative 18 over 3, that's just negative 6, so give me a little bit more room. Negative 2 is equal to negative 6 plus b. It's kind of a weird 6. Add 6 to both sides, and we get b is equal to 4. So our equation is going to be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. That is the end of today's lesson.